Mame fa na se ma PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV de osia dem yopo.
Mema na kuma kra enye ne mema enhunahuna no efri se ono Godfred dame no o ka kire Jakpa se infantifo de omo gimi. Infantifo de omo ye cheap, omo ye fu. De omo nya ne se omo di sika konfantimemu. Sa Atofos in constituency no ombeto aba ne bum e de ama MPP. Inti eno de mema Richard Jakpa ha no ho. Eno de omo nim se infantifo de omo gimi. We ni asema efri Godfred dame ano a oka kire Richard Jakpa abra na oka kire Richard Jakpa se onkodi edien ayede atro ento eye Atofos no munjele no na osin komone koso no eye Godfred dame ka kire ne se omutumi de Atofos tufia se kura bosome ba ko a de ebeya ma omo ne se sebio omo saba parliament bi ma NDC for ewo se omoba na omobe pa omo chew na omudi agina so eyidien Atofos na ansa na omonje NDC for pa chew no ntum no ewo se NDC for ye de omo pe nti krono ene boni bia ompese omo ye ne parliament eye jirim bia omo pese omo ye bia no omo de Atofos broni beka so obeye bargaining chip ono no omudi ni bedi edien omudi bedi inginemuo na omudi di omudwuma ewo in parliament entinka Richard Jakpa no emmoa no na ontwa atro ento Atofos nso na de Atofos nko hyembo so me ba akokora ebeboa MPP enu nti na Akuffo Addo oforiata mu gina ne so ene ono na busuafo ne lawyers ne judge mpenifo bi e kire ne se ompe kwan bia so na omonche Atofos ntum na ono Godfred dame de ohu se Richard Jakpa ne nipa bia obetumi edi dwuma no ama no now osi asem we nyina oka nyina no esi was Supreme Court judge fie nenim a ye frɛ judge no Judge Kulendi aka Timbila now see asema oka nyina o court a waje pene de nsa Secr3t a wedi nsie no o se nkoma a one Godfred dame die no adansefo eye Justice Kulendi a ote Ghana Supreme Court so a na ado danko Akuffo Addo ene yi no I say, Sadana no muye sa meeting no. Omutina Justice Kulendia or your Supreme Court judge. Ne dem ni fie. Edi ababai ano babai ema sebio edru baby kramporo na isa omu di omu watem efrise na Godfred dame die all kache ne se onye no onu se onye ema ebufuo baye. Intemu no ena sebio meeting no moye ne kura no ansheda enhyede NCA. Na ose ono no all free Judge Yoni Kulendi fie no na abo eye 130 ahomache abra ade chi anopa omoko court no na the day before no ahomache 130 na one Godfred dame ewo Yoni Kulendi a Supreme Court judge na nado danko Akuffo Addo yi no Yoni Kulendi na oye adwuma wo Akuffo Addo law firm ena Godfred dame so no no so ye adwuma wo Akuffo Addo law firm inti omo ye colleagues by Yoni Kulendi na o Supreme Court judge no ne busueni ene Richard Jakpa ena sa illegal meeting we no ende anase esi wo Richard Yoni Kulendi fie Richard Jakpa asemo kan brofo no eno ena medwudwam twi ama Ghana fo nyina ate inti wa wote brofo chairman no ubetumi akọ chirichirim now all kasa e court no osa kan say njo see sa meeting ni mu na omokọ no na e koso no e na attorney general busa say ah na wo lawyer any lawyer sorry na adenti na okofa lawyer sebio na adwuma bie sa if you say minim say wo say no we nipa bia wakoma njo ena sorry so de obi anim lawyer sorry obi anim se de na adwuma bia ono so de oni akoma oye so be daada na ontwema wo enti Godfred dame busa say adenti na wankofa lawyer bia wabon jimi bi na nka sa lawyer no emetoto mpapa so ena Richard Jakpa kire ma kire atene general say oh me de oso ti ase say asɛm no mendi for nti ehia sɛ mefa lawyer sebio na adwene mu dɔ eni tira mekofa till there is sorry nti ɛhɔ no establish sɛ na attorney general nim sɛ ɛyɛ deɛn Jakpa ɛwɔ lawyer. Okay. Now I see on the 29th of March 2023 omu meeting ya no now we didn't a meeting before 29th of March 2023 now utie court nyina kosi a ɔse ɔne attorney general hia enisuo mpre 9 anadwo abra na all lawyer inti time attorney general busa ne say adan wan kofa lawyer Jimmy bia Morris Ampaw Jimmy bi and also Sam Morris Ampaw likes ne dom the same preku omo enye law bi na omo ye sebio omo Jimmy kasa omo keka wo radio so na enu ntina me kofa lawyer papa e de say Mr. Sorry in the attorney general ka say ampa Morris Ampaw mo likes ne de omo ye moa intina eye Godfred dame wanwa say eye Richard Jakpa ekofa lawyer papa bi te say eye Mr. Sorry inti ho no osaka say eye before that no na one dean one eye dean attorney general Godfred dame ehia 29th of March 2023 afie twemi. Now I see omo be court no and attorney general ede the phone frɛ no 1 minute in komo no mudi ye na sebio omo sa chate e text and attorney general busa ne say nipa na ono so ye accused number 2 no ono sebio obeba court na if you say na omo nyina ebe court it means say na attorney general na establish a conversation with Richard out and inside court abra Richard lawyer enim hohwe. It attorney general friend say munipa na ya accusing no sa munipa no beba court na sebio hwehwene nsɛmmu emame na hwe bebi owo if you say me pese me hu accusing bebi owo and Richard Jakpa say ono de all contact pa ewo bebia enti hwa na oka kire Godfred dame se ontwen saa day no mo ba court o court na ebeba so no na Godfred dame ene edien accused number 3 Richard Jakpa din komo investigations boom enti Jakpa enso ewo contact nti or 1 or 2 calls and who say accused number 2 no ya gina to hospital sebio ne 19 wiem a sebio wanye ne ni anya din obewu enti Jakpa nkofo ka chen say abrantie no so da hospital na so ayehye no e wa na osafa phone o ka che attorney general teta nipa no oda hospital no ho aso ayehye ya nhwe ye kuro obewu e na attorney general say medase it before attorney general over court no na one Jakpa ase di nkomo enim de ebet AC accused number 2 now after nkomo we nyina call so a Jakpa saa nyoma we nyina ma attorney general no na Jakpa saa de we a na one de onim se attorney general na ebusa no of ade bi onyema no ebe share attorney general trim say Jakpa at least I responded to no say obi the hospital na waye bibia aboa no attorney general before that na attorney general ka kire Jakpa say asem we yiwe kofi tie or see before that no omo be court no na attorney general Godfred dame afreda ka kire say asem we die den ya meyi wuti son ma wakofie ade anchi ena Godfred dame eko court ko ka kire o court say Richard Jakpa edi bone na ombie ni defense ena Jakpa ka say obi a ono mehia mprensa etiamra obi a wo hia me se menye de me se menye obi a emra kire se diso oni di nkomo Abraham lawyer ho obi a wo ka kire me se asem no nim se me ndifo na obe make sure say me nwuso no ye beduru court a wo hwe judge adima ka kire me se me bia me defense na me kromfo eho ena edien Richard Jakpa so ka say papa anya hwea boni e friend boni ene so nya hwe na ono na onim se attorney general ye kromfo a onka ne kurenti a sebio since se omudi nkomo okatu ne tirim se onim se deɛn atofo sin difo nanso Akuffo Addo ene deɛn ene oforiatam na ɛhye ne se ombu asam ento atofo sin so no ɛma ɔno so fa ne ho adwene enti nkomo bi omudi ye no ɔde to hɔ ɔrekɔde ye efisɛ no onim se Attorney General no ɔyɛ krɔmfo ɔyɛ wudifo ɔyɛ wia ɔde Ghana mmara ɛyɛ legal ɛyɛ mmara no edi nkɔfo tu efiase abra onim se enye no korɛ enti ɔno so fa ne ho adwene ɛna ɔstarte sɛ Attorney General ɛba ne hɔ ɔne ne hyia na ɔdaadaa no ɛba ne pressure ɛgyina ne kɔn so sɛ ɔnkɔdi atora na ɔno so documenti bibia asɛm a mebɔ kyerɛ wei anaa mekyerɛkyerɛ mu kyerɛ wei ɔka ne nyinaa ɛwɔ court wayɛ dɛn waswear oath sɛ deɛ ɔka no oni adanse a yɛmfa no ntum court judge panyini Madam Sewa na ɔte wɔ no wayɛ sɛn. Now the question here is, enti the lawyer ebusa no text message enkomo de okeka ni nyina yete no the first tape no so no odi nyina ototo na no ma okirikire mu de ehu e wasem we mu nyina ne se edien ena ende e convince Judge Sewa a oye na adwene se tape a ose ono wetie for over 10 times when who will be as Attorney General Godfred dame ebie na no ka say eye de Jakpa enkodi atronto atoforces no edie mra biem na samani gina so ka say sa tape no opese yebo ye ka ho asem wo court eno ne question na me pese me busa mra be na first one ogina so ka say tape na otie the 10 times no in fact tape no bibia nim edie na osagina so ka se tape na me ka se bibia nim no afa tape no monsamra na mo meka ho asem wo me court. What changed? Is it a trap for her the accused ana? Is it a strategy for her to say me betray me judgment na tape a me tie any evidence amuma nyina and to me change me judgment na? Is it a trap? Because ende no they see and say judge no after ye toto eye Jakpa no o ka kire Jakpa say onko evidence bi o bia with the interaction between ono ne Attorney General Godfred dame no onko famra in 24 hours. Now obi bebusa say yet court obi aswear oath o ka asem ato Attorney General a owu yeso Oka asem ato Attorney General a ono na lead the prosecution e wa asem no ho waka asem ato Attorney General a o lead the Attorney General and Ministry of Justice office e wo Ghana obi to court aswear oath aka asem ato Godfred dame so. Is it not interesting? So to date the judge does not care. The judge is not interested in bringing Godfred dame in to say Jakpa sama okay nyina no enya no kre. Now say judge ni say we tie tape no 10 times na wan hu bibia o ma eye problem a edie na ogina so aka say enne sa asem yenka owo, then it means the judge is beginning to understand say Godfred dame and a candy or kind, because in the judge's statement before no one kada say voice na a what tape no so no na nya Godfred dame into one judge na admit to say asema Jakpa ekebia or say a what tape no so no e Godfred dame. So what is stopping Judge Sewa from giving Godfred dame the opportunity to just say yes or no? Adenti na judge nem pese obema Godfred dame the opportunity to say their brand here we cano, none of them is true. Godfred dame is not dead or nam and not to Godfred dame has decided not to come to court. The judge does not care. Godfred dame catch the Ghana for say whatever yatino tape biasno e yenkofo bi no mutwatro atoneso. As a lawyer, why is he not interested in clearing himself, clearing the office he occupies, and bringing some sanity into the judicial system? Why is Godfred dame, why is even the judge not interested in bringing dame? Because the audio that we listened to, it wasn't an audio between Jakpa and the Attorney General's office workers. If it was Jakpa and people who work at the Attorney General's office, then you can say, but this is a conversation between Jakpa and the man who is standing before him to prosecute him. So now the case has been dropped all the way down to Jakpa and Godfred. So why is it say Jakpa can some way why is the judge not interested in allowing Godfred to clear himself from this? Because one, say on Jin this say Godfred voice no tape no so and she will not accept say wa admit say tape no yen kan wasem. She admitted say Godfred voice inti na wa admit say yen fan kan wasem. Na say judge na jatum say voice no enya Godfred enya Jakpa ene Kevin Taylor. Enya Jakpa ene Chief Justice Kotonu. Enya Jakpa ene Edien ene president na. Wa admit say Jakpa ene Godfred into what is stopping the judge, Madam Sewa, from telling Dame to come into the box to deny what this guy is saying? What is stopping the judge from asking such a question? Now, we need to understand, Asama Jakpa Ekayano, he did not just say, it was just him and Godfred Damiu. Jakpa said it was Godfred and Yoni Kulendi, a Supreme Court judge. So as we speak, Yoni Kulendi is a vital person in this matter. Yoni Kulendi can come to court and say, this never happened in my house. What is stopping the judge from subpoenaing Yoni Kulendi from coming to clear himself as a Supreme Court judge? What is stopping Judge Sewa? Because as we speak today, we want to get to the bottom of this matter to clear a Supreme Court judge and to clear the Attorney General. So why is the judge listening to one side of the tape? Because it could be, say, and this is court, it could be that all that Jakpa is saying is a lie. And it also could be that everything that he's saying is the truth. Now, what is stopping us from making sure those people he mentioned, they're just two people, a Supreme Court judge and the Attorney General of Ghana? If you don't want to bring the Supreme Court judge, why is the Attorney General, who is now the prosecutor? Remember, since the case we start here, Godfred in the back court, they be a lead case way. So if the judge wants to be fair to every part, the left and the right, if the judge what tum say tape, because I know for sure say sa tape no anka Jakpa ene ne wife anka court ne beka say on admit it, because the conversation has no connection to the case on the table. But because the conversation on the tape was between people who basically are involved in the case, and the ethics part of it also is something important, That is why I think the judge said, I'm admitting it. So if the judge is admitting, then the judge is admitting the voices on the tape, that it is the Attorney General. So what is stopping Judge Sewa from calling Attorney General to just come and deny what Jakpa is saying? Because you cannot listen to one part of a tape and make your deductions and say this is the conclusion. We all cannot just listen to Jakpa and conclude that Attorney General is a criminal until Attorney General comes to tell us there's no evidence to it. I never met this guy. I've never spoken to him. You cannot tell me that I have committed a crime. We have access to the Attorney General. The judge can order for that. What is stopping Judge Sewa from doing that? Now, last week, Yate said the judge told Attorney General, and Attorney General was saying, it was an advice from the judge and it wasn't an instruction. Last week, court, Attorney General PF court and friend in media and say, case na question there, obedi case obedi nim, judge na advising about onfa. So if the judge advised him and he says he's not going to take the advice, then it is equally right or equally better for the judge to open or tell him to open his defense in connection to what the guy is saying in court, because it was from his own mouth that he wasn't going to recuse himself, and that what the judge said, it was an advice, and advice the obia to me fa utumi boto twene or say ono de wabato actually. Today as we speak, Godfred David did not come to court. The judge is not insisting that Godfred, because I don't think you can write your judgment when you have listened to one part of a case. You can't. Nowhere in this world. Judge, but mature judgment. Abra, a tape that is very vital. It's got to do with the conduct, the corruption, the lies, the make-up stories, the force, the pressure from the Attorney General. You cannot tell me, say, a judge can just sit, listen to the tape, listen to only Jakpa, and write a judgment. That judge does not deserve to be a judge. There's a reason why you call you a judge. You have to be just. And how to be just is to be fair. And how to be fair is to listen to all parts. Why is the judge refusing to listen to Godfred Dame? She has the right to call for that. The judge is listening to one side to write a judgment. Then it means it is a fixed match between the Attorney General, the judge, the president, and then Yoni Kulendi. Remember, last week, Omoko Court, the judge advised Attorney General to do what? To go, or advise Jakpa to go to General Legal Counsel to go and solve the ethics problem there. Say Attorney General kasa o tape so kra on any court there onye ready so betie into omonfanko General Legal Counsel. Listen. Now the General Legal Counsel, the Chief Justice is the chairman at the General Legal Counsel. The Chief Justice appointed the judge to sit on this case. Godfred Dame is the Attorney General. Do you expect the Chief Justice at the General Legal Counsel to say that the Attorney General has committed a crime? The Chief Justice and the General Legal Counsel are never going to say Attorney General has committed a crime. Now, for the judge to just admit this, it means the judge is willing to listen to all parts. Ghana for Ghana, ebusa a simple question. Attorney General is still alive. Attorney General can speak. Attorney General is human. Attorney General knows the law. The Attorney General should come and tell us whether what Jakpa is saying is true or a lie. The Attorney General failing to come into a box in this courtroom to deny whatever Jakpa is saying clearly shows that every single word that came out from the mouth of Jakpa is true. Until Godfred Dame beba court, abe bie na no aka se we nyamia de o kan nim menhia kulendi menhia no kulendi fie menini ndi nkomo we chat we nyame, then it means every single statement that Jakpa has made in court, it is true. And if this judge decides to listen to only one part to write her judgment, then God have mercy on us. We are closer to death than anything as a nation. The judge who is supposed to be just, the judge who is supposed to be fair, the judge who is supposed to listen to every single part of the story, the judge who is supposed to allow witnesses to clear themselves and clear their names, the judge who is supposed to serve the people. If today the judge is refusing to bring Yoni Kulendi, because if Attorney General is refusing to come, what about Yoni Kulendi? Yoni Kulendi can break this case up and tell us everything. For all you know, Yoni Kulendi has no knowledge about what Jakpa is saying. But right now, in our court document, Yoni Kulendi was part of a criminal meeting. Yoni Kulendi is not a cocoa seller. He is not a taxi driver. Yoni Kulendi is a Supreme Court judge. He was appointed by Akuffo Addo, for crying out loud. Yoni Kulendi is not a kid. He's a serious Supreme Court judge. His name has been mentioned in a criminal case. And Judge Sewa wants to tell us that we don't need to have him in court. Yoni Kulendi needs to be in court. Godfred Dame, the Attorney General, they need to be in a box. They need to respond to what Jakpa is saying, because this is a criminal case. This is not a civil matter. This is a case that can end people's life in jail forever. This is a case that can make people lose their credibility for life. Why is the judge not insisting that Godfred Dame, Yoni Kulendi show up in court to at least let us know the truth? For now, we only know one truth. And if that is what we are going to go by, then Attorney General Godfred is not supposed to be part of this case. This case should be nullified because it has been tainted. It was tainted from day one. When Akuffo was in a box, now Yebusa and say, why enna a mao instruction o se enya wo enna wo to me a signed document na court a judge we e catch Attorney General Akuffo say this same judge told Akuffo prove to me say enya wankasa enna wo ma wo ho e kwan e sign documents no e ma contract we sika no koye judge say wow time na Akuffo ka say me ade a me sign no e me boss and a man instructions no judge say what catch them say prove to Ghana, prove to the court to say your boss. So Akuffo was forced to go bring Secr3t to come sit in a box to swear an oath to tell the court to say it is true. I was his boss. I instructed him. So what is stopping Judge Sewa from telling the Attorney General to come sit in a box to prove to us say the things Jakpa is saying and the evidence that he's putting out there is a lie? There's something fishy going on. The judge should be very careful with all due respect. Ghana, our destiny. Ghana as a nation, we have our destiny in the hands of humans. And I know Judge Sewa knows more than I know. Respect the Constitution and the rule of law. I don't think it will be through her that this country will be so chaotic and ungovernable. This is a criminal case. And if it is a criminal case, every single thing needs to be heard. Nobody should play games here. Ghanaians are demanding that our courts must be fair, just. Our court must be transparent. We cannot have a bleak court. We cannot have a court where some people are listened and others aren't. You cannot write a judgment without listening to the two parties. That is not a judgment. At this point, we are demanding Godfred coming into the courtroom to answer questions whether he actually spoke to Jakpa without the presence of his lawyer, whether he was trying to influence Jakpa to lie to get somebody jailed, whether every single thing that he has shown in court as evidence is true. Apart from that, no country, no citizen, no nation should allow a court to judge such a case. These are the things that turns nations' democracy upside down. These are things that light up a nation. And we have been here before. We saw what happened in 1982. Some people were not happy about some of the things that happened in our courtrooms. And I don't expect us to, at the end of the day, bring this back. We don't want to go back there. We don't want this country to be filled with people with pains from mistrials and judgments that were not clear. We need our courts to be clear and transparent as possible. Ghanaians are demanding Godfred to come into the courtroom and deny with facts. The judge cannot and can never write a judgment. Set aside these very important issue. Madam Judge, why are you in a rush? Where are you going? Why are you telling people to be quick for you to be able to finish the case? We are not running anywhere. We are the taxpayers. We are paying you. Don't rush the case. You make mistakes. Godfred has he denied any of the things? Ask him. The way you are pushing this case, you are pushing all sides to bring their evidence in 24 hours. It looks like you have an agenda. You want to write a very long, diverting judgment. We don't want you to rush. We are paying you. We are fine. Take your time. If Addo is guilty at the end of the day, let us know the reason. We need to hear from Godfred Dame. We need to hear from Kulendi. Do not rush the case. Oh, rush the case. No. Where are you going? Ghana and so on. We are not going anywhere. We are not going anywhere as a nation. Don't rush the case. Let us hear everything. In fact, we need the cameras in the courtroom. We want to see transparency. You are a judge. With all due respect, you are not God. So you need to also let people believe in the process. you are rushing the case. You are rushing the case. It's too much. The way the judge rush the case, and I say auto actual or trafficking. I say auto yogurt or trafficking. I say pen and tem. I just will be told see amount. Yan and tem na Jessica for Johnny. Please take your time. We are the taxpayers. We are paying. We are not tired of paying. Relax. You are rushing too much. We want to follow. Listen to every evidence. The most important thing, the Attorney General who has been mentioned and Yoni Kulendi, who is a Supreme Court judge. Stop rushing the case. We are not in trotro. We are not running away from the customers or the clients running away from us. We want you to take your time. O pre-case no I say o ton awiesu e wo street lighting. I say o je elewonyo e wo traffic lighting. I say o to spectacles. I say o to belt. I say obi ton plantain chips and na wo ye no fast nyabotre. We are on the highway. There are stop signs. Take your time. Don't rush the case. Bring the Attorney General in. Bring Yoni Kulendi in. Let us see whether you are truthful or not. We are watching keenly. The world is watching. Godfred is the first Attorney General on this planet to be a criminal and still standing in court to prosecute somebody. We are not done. At least Ghana for Ehunu
Dedi kama mamena PENDREAM TV ase. Na so far so good. Say open online portal e wo Ghana. Nipa share, nipa follow, nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, PENDREAM TV.